Dad, I can stand for almost 5 minutes now. Ms. Olivia teaches me to practice every day. I want to make Dad proud. Lucas's clear, hopeful voice rang out beside his little wooden crutch, and Nathan felt choked with emotion, speechless. Years of distance and silence. This was the first time he'd heard his son call him, the first time he'd watched his child fight and grow right before his eyes. Before we continue this emotional story, tell us where you're listening from. New York, Los Angeles, or somewhere else in the world. And when it's over, don't forget to rate the story from 0 to 10 so we know how it made you feel. Now, let's begin. Nathan walked slowly into the large living room, his eyes fixed on his small son who struggled, little by little, to keep balance on his weak legs. Warm, golden light from the ornate chandeliers spilled across the glossy floor, creating a space that was both luxurious and achingly empty. Every step Lucas took was a small victory in the life of the 5-year-old who battled a congenital disability. The boy leaned on his crutch, determination set on his face but fatigue clear in his eyes. Olivia stayed close, gently guiding each tiny exercise with an encouraging smile that never left her lips. Nathan remembered earlier days, when his wife Emily was still alive and the family was happy together. Now only he and Lucas remained in this vast mansion. Emily's sudden death 3 years ago had left a void in Nathan's heart that could not be filled. He had tried to compensate with work, building his powerful tech empire, but in return had grown increasingly distant from his son. Lucas grew up in loneliness, lacking the direct warmth of a father's care. The soft clack of the crutch on the wooden floor sounded steady as Lucas fought to stand a little more firmly each passing minute. He looked at his son with love and a sharp ache. "Son," Nathan said, his voice warm and low, slightly hoarse from long suppressed feeling. "I'm very proud of you." Lucas turned to look at his father. Bright blue eyes glowed with joy and determination. "I'll try even harder. I want to run like the other kids." Olivia smiled gently, smoothing Lucas's blonde hair, and said, "That's right, Lucas. You're my little warrior, always persistent and never giving up." Nathan felt a hot tear roll down his cheek. He had never imagined he could feel this weak in front of his son. The long days of hour-long meetings in the Manhattan skyscraper, the weighty business decisions, the millions on the screens. These things slowly faded in meaning compared to this simple moment. He realized how many precious moments in Lucas's life he had missed. The first steps, the first smiles, and the pains endured without a father nearby. Now, he decided he would change. Lucas clumsily knocked some flour onto the kitchen table while helping Olivia prepare breakfast for the family. He blushed and looked at Olivia, embarrassed. "Oh no, I made a mess on you, Ms. Olivia." Olivia giggled. "It's okay. That's a sign of a joyful morning." Nathan laughed too, joining that clear, bright laughter, the kind he thought he'd forgotten long ago. Nathan remembered the first time Olivia stepped into the mansion in her simple housekeeper uniform, eyes alight with passion. She was not like the other caregivers he'd hired. She cared for Lucas with her whole heart, with a devotion like family. Nobody knew that Olivia had spent her childhood caring for her younger brother Michael, a boy who also struggled with mobility. And that experience gave her the invaluable knowledge to support Lucas. Under the morning sun, filtering through the large glass windows of the mansion, Nathan stood and watched the two of them, his son and Olivia, training in the small garden behind the house. He felt the power of unspoken love, the force that had bound them together through loss and trials. "Dad," Lucas called softly as he managed a few steps on his own, without the crutch and without Olivia's help. "I did it." Nathan hurried forward and caught his son in his wide arms. "I'm so proud of you, Lucas." Their eyes met in that meaningful moment, a silent promise that no matter how hard things became, they would face them together. The hard days weren't over yet, but Nathan knew the greatest miracle had begun. Born of family love, Olivia's dedication, and Lucas's relentless will to fight. And this story had only just begun. The gentle morning light filtered through the window curtains, casting a warm golden glow over the small garden behind the mansion. In the quiet air, the soft tapping of the crutch echoed steadily, blending with Lucas's heavy breaths as the boy struggled step by step to stand on his own, without Olivia's help. He leaned slightly, trying to keep his balance, his eyes blinking with a fierce determination that refused to give in. Olivia stood nearby, her eyes full of patience and encouragement. She gently rested a hand on Lucas's shoulder and softly said, "Good job, Lucas. Just hold your balance a little longer." Somewhere in the garden, birds chirped, as if joining in to cheer on this little boy. Nathan stood by the living room window silently watching the scene. His face kept its usual calm, but deep in his eyes lay complex emotions that words could not express. He saw that his son was not only fighting against his weak leg, but also battling loneliness and the absence of a father's love all these years. Nathan's footsteps moved slowly toward the kitchen, where Olivia was busy preparing breakfast. The rhythmic sound of washing dishes mixed with Lucas's giggles as he clumsily spilled some flour on the table. "Oh no! I made Ms. Olivia messy," the boy said, his cheeks flushed with embarrassment. Olivia turned around, her smile warm and comforting. "It's okay, Lucas. That's a sign of a day full of energy and joy." Nathan walked into the room, his gaze soft as he watched them both. For the first time in so long, genuine laughter filled this vast house. Suddenly the phone rang, pulling Nathan back to reality. He picked up calmly but with pressure in his voice. "Yes, I will be at the meeting on time." After hanging up, he sighed deeply, feeling a mix of responsibility and worry weigh on him. Lucas ran to his side, voice full of excitement. "Dad, I stood longer today than yesterday." Nathan bent down and embraced his son, feeling the warmth and fierce life force from the boy. "I'm so proud of you, Lucas," he whispered. The days that followed brought a clear change in Nathan's routine. He no longer left home at dawn but spent more time with Lucas and Olivia. The sight of the two training in the garden became more familiar than ever. Every step Lucas took was carefully watched by Olivia, each tiny movement guided meticulously to avoid injury. Though tired, the boy always wore a smile, his eyes full of determination and hope. One afternoon, Nathan observed from a distance as Lucas struggled to climb 3 small steps leading to his room. The boy leaned on his crutches, moving slowly but with steadfast perseverance. Olivia stood below, ready to assist when needed. The wind rustled through the leaves above, as if lending strength to Lucas's effort. In his large room, Nathan felt a change not only in his son, but also within himself. The pressures of work no longer swept him away like before. He understood that true success wasn't measured just by numbers on a balance sheet, but by precious moments spent with family. Late one night, when most lights in the mansion had gone out, Nathan sat by the window looking at the star-filled sky. The steady breathing of Lucas from the next room echoed softly. He recalled Olivia's words about persistence and never giving up. Small lessons with great meaning on this healing journey. Lucas's steadiness was like a small flame igniting in Nathan's heart, gradually melting away shadows of painful pasts. Love and hope quietly returned to this once cold house. One day, as Lucas played with colorful scraps of paper on the floor, Olivia teased him. "If you spill flour again, Ms. Olivia will have to eat it all." Lucas grinned from ear to ear but tried hard to keep his hands clean. That gentle moment made Nathan smile softly, a rare sound in this mansion. Time passed, and Nathan learned how to become the father his son needed. Not just a brilliant business leader, but a devoted companion in every step Lucas took. He began joining training sessions with Olivia and Lucas, sometimes clumsy but always sincere. Once he accidentally spilled some flour on his shirt while trying to help prepare breakfast, making all three burst into happy laughter. These simple moments were the building blocks of a home taking shape between them. A family not perfect but filled with love and hope. Under the soft light of the next dawn, Nathan watched Lucas walk more confidently on his small legs. Though many challenges lay ahead, he knew they would face every hardship together. This healing journey was not only for Lucas but also for Nathan's own once wounded heart. A story of resilience, love, and rebirth amid loss. And that story continued to unfold, chapter by chapter, full of vivid colors and deep emotions. Morning in the Upper East Side mansion began with the gentle chirping of birds and golden sunlight streaming through the large window. Nathan woke earlier than usual, his steps carrying a new determination. No more late-night meetings today. This was a day he would spend entirely with his son and Olivia. Nathan entered the dining room where Lucas sat on a high chair, eyes fixed on Olivia preparing breakfast. The boy was used to his physical therapy exercises, but every morning brought a new challenge, fueled by unwavering faith. Olivia kindly handed Lucas a fragrant pancake, smiling gently as she saw the excitement shining in his blue eyes. "My favorite is Ms. Olivia's pancakes," Lucas said with a grin, chewing eagerly. "You make the best pancakes." Olivia chuckled softly. "Then you have to eat a lot to have energy for training." Nathan sat down beside them, his eyes sparkling with a rare joy. He clearly felt the warmth spreading through the room, a warmth that once made the house feel cold enough to squeeze the heart. After breakfast, Nathan watched as Olivia led Lucas out to the small garden behind the house. Exercise mats were spread evenly over the lush green grass, where sunlight created an oddly peaceful scene. Lucas began his stretching exercises under Olivia's careful guidance. He lay on the mat, his face showing a slight twinge of pain but still persevering through each movement. Olivia softly counted the rhythm in her gentle voice. 1, 2, 3. "Good job, Lucas. You're doing very well." Nathan stood nearby, eyes fixed on his son. Inside him stirred a mix of pride and sorrow. He knew that each moment Lucas fought to stand steady was a significant victory against fate. Amid the tension, a sudden laugh broke the atmosphere's intensity. Lucas clumsily knocked over a water bottle. Water spilled onto the grass and nearly made Olivia lose her balance, but she caught herself just in time. They both burst into laughter, a clear, bright sound that seemed to wipe away every worry. Nathan smiled along, feeling lighter than he had in years. Evening came, with warm rays of fading sunlight. Nathan sat on a stone bench in the small garden alongside Olivia and Lucas. Lucas eagerly shared stories about his online class every morning, his eyes lighting up as he talked about friends and funny moments. Olivia listened attentively, occasionally nodding in encouragement. Nathan felt she was more than just a caregiver. She had become an indispensable part of their family, bringing faith and strength to both him and his son. One day, Nathan received a call from an important business partner. The other voice was cold and serious. "We need your decision by the weekend. This project will greatly affect the company's position." Nathan looked out the window, his gaze troubled. Business life didn't allow hesitation, but today, he knew what truly mattered most. He chose to postpone the crucial meeting and return home, to be beside those he loved most. Night fell, and the mansion grew quieter than ever. Nathan sat beside Lucas's bed, watching him sleep peacefully with a dreamy smile on his lips. He gently placed a hand on his son's forehead, feeling warmth and fierce life in every breath. In that moment, Nathan vowed to himself never to let anything make him miss another moment again. The next day, Nathan began learning how to be the real father Lucas needed. More patient, more devoted, always ready to stand by his son's every small step. Together with Olivia, he planned new exercises and spent time joining training sessions in the garden instead of just watching from afar. Each time Lucas stood up after a painful fall, Nathan saw his son's strength and will grow bigger. Emotions surged within him. Regret for lost years, but also hope for a bright future ahead. One evening, while clumsily helping Lucas prepare a special pancake for breakfast the next day, Nathan spilled flour on his shirt, causing them both to laugh happily. That laughter not only chased away pain, but also wove a new bond between father and son. Time passed, and Nathan realized life was not just about career or fame, but about simple yet meaningful moments shared with loved ones. He began changing day by day, not as a distant man, but as a devoted and loving father. Nathan's small family, even with challenges and hardships, was slowly finding back its harmony and warmth. But when darkness from the past suddenly returned, could Nathan and Olivia keep the flame of hope alive for Lucas? Or would everything fall into despair once again? Nathan sat in his study, the soft glow from the desk lamp casting light over the stacks of papers piled on the table. His eyes quietly gazed out the window, where the city of New York was slowly lighting up, its relentless pace never pausing. But inside Nathan, a hidden wave was rising, pulling him back to haunting memories he had long tried to forget. The phone on the desk suddenly rang, startling him. He picked up, and a cold voice on the other end made his heart skip a beat. "Nathan, the past is far from silent. We need to talk." Those words struck like thunder in a clear sky, shattering the fragile peace Nathan had just built for himself and his small family. He knew the darkness from his past was returning, not only threatening stability at work, but potentially bringing painful consequences for Lucas and Olivia. Meanwhile, in the small garden behind the house, Olivia devotedly guided Lucas through his exercises. The boy's tentative steps on the grass, still wet from a light rain, sounded like gentle notes in the quiet space. Olivia softly counted each step for Lucas. 1, 2, 3, good job. You're doing very well. Lucas smiled, eyes sparkling with trust and determination. He knew that every tiny step was a huge victory in his life. Nathan stepped outside, standing silently as he watched the two from afar. His gaze held both admiration and a fear he could not hide. He wondered if he had enough strength to protect what mattered most in his life from the challenges that awaited. Night fell, and Nathan stayed awake by the living room window. The streetlights reflected through the glass, casting blurred streaks across his face. The steady breathing of Lucas from the next room echoed softly like a lullaby. He recalled Olivia's words from yesterday. "We must be persistent, no matter how hard it gets." The next day, Nathan decided to change how he faced pressure. Instead of avoiding it, he began joining Olivia in caring for Lucas. Together, they planned new training routines and tested better support methods. One morning, while Nathan clumsily helped Lucas prepare breakfast, the boy accidentally spilled flour on his shirt. Laughter erupted in the spacious kitchen, a simple moment filled with love that Nathan had always longed to experience. However, the darkness of the past would not easily let go. One afternoon, Nathan received news of a new investigation linked to his company. Bad rumors started spreading, piling pressure on him. Olivia noticed Nathan's changing mood. She gently comforted him. "You're not alone. We'll get through this together." Nathan looked into Olivia's gentle eyes and felt the strength of her love and companionship. He knew that only unity and family could help them withstand any trial. In the days that followed, Nathan spent more time with Lucas and Olivia. He learned to be more patient, understanding that love was not just words but daily, concrete actions. One starry night, As the three sat together in the garden, Nathan looked into Lucas's hopeful eyes and held Olivia's hand tightly. He silently vowed that no matter how great the challenges ahead, they would never let go of each other. Lucas's small steps on the road to recovery stood as proof of the power of love and human will, and Nathan knew their journey was far from over. But with a healed heart and Olivia's devoted support, they would overcome everything. Darkness might return at any moment, but the light of hope in this family would never go out. The golden light of dusk gently bathed the small garden behind the mansion, where Nathan, Olivia, and Lucas often spent time together. The air was soft, a light breeze rustling through the leaves, carrying the faint scent of flowers and grass. Nathan stood quietly, watching his son struggle with each step, his eyes filled with pride and a hint of worry he couldn't hide. Though still small and fragile, Lucas's perseverance and strength in every step made Nathan feel a fierce vitality like never before. Olivia stood beside him, her gaze tender as she cared for every small movement of the boy, as if Lucas were not just Nathan's son, but also a part of her very own flesh and blood. As days passed, the bond between Nathan and Olivia grew closer. Olivia was no longer just a devoted caregiver. She had become an indispensable companion, a strong emotional pillar for both Nathan and Lucas. Their love was built on understanding and sharing life's hardships and challenges. One afternoon, as the last rays of sunlight filtered through the tree canopy, casting sparkling patterns on the floor, Nathan and Olivia sat together in the living room. Lucas was deeply engrossed in his puzzle toys, his clear laughter echoing throughout the room. The peaceful, warm atmosphere made Nathan's heart feel as if it were finally being warmed after so many cold days. Nathan looked deeply into Olivia's gentle eyes, sensing her sincerity and hidden strength. He spoke softly, his warm voice tinged with an indescribable nervousness. "Olivia, have you ever thought about something more than just being a caregiver?" Olivia turned to him, her eyes flashing with surprise and a touch of shyness. "What do you mean?" she asked quietly. Nathan smiled softly, his gaze full of tenderness. "I mean, do you want your life to change? To truly become part of this family, not just as a caregiver?" In that moment, it was as if a faint light pierced through the darkness, easing Olivia's worries and fears. She was silent for a long while, then gently nodded, her voice trembling slightly. I've thought about it for a long time, but I was afraid I'd be a burden to you and Lucas." Nathan stepped closer, taking her small hand in his. The warmth in his eyes soothed all hesitation in Olivia. "You will never be a burden to me or my son. You are the one who brings us hope and strength." Those words echoed like a gentle symphony in Olivia's soul. She felt the sincerity and love gradually blooming between them, not out of duty or obligation, but from the deep connection of two harmonized hearts. From then on, Nathan and Olivia began writing a love story, gentle but passionate. They shared simple moments together, mornings filled with humble meals yet full of laughter, times caring for Lucas when he was tired or in pain. One late night, when the family was asleep, Nathan stood by the window gazing at the starry sky. He recalled lonely days long past, after losing Emily, his gentle wife who had devoted her life to loving their family. Now beside him stood not only Olivia, but also a budding love that brought new hope and vitality to the entire family. Olivia stepped forward and wrapped her arms around Nathan from behind. She whispered, "You know, I once thought I didn't deserve this happiness, but now, here with you and Lucas, I truly feel loved." Nathan turned to hold her tightly, his voice filled with love. "We will build a home together, a place where love and perseverance conquer every hardship." They exchanged gentle kisses under the soft moonlight, as if affirming an unspoken promise that no matter how the world changed, Love would always be their strongest anchor. Day by day, the affection between Nathan and Olivia deepened. They faced social prejudices together, the curious glances and whispered gossip. Love not only healed old wounds but also gave them strength to face the future. Lucas felt it too. He called Olivia his special Ms. Olivia, his closest friend, always by his side to share every little joy or difficulty. That bond made this vast house suddenly feel warmer than ever. One weekend afternoon, the little family strolled together in a nearby park. Nathan held Olivia's hand tighter than ever. Their eyes met with tenderness and hope. Lucas's laughter echoed beneath the vast blue sky like a message that though life held many challenges, love would always lead the way. Those happy days were not only deserved rewards for their perseverance, but living proof of love's miraculous power. Love that soothes every pain and opens brighter new horizons. Yet life never lacked unexpected trials. As darkness from the past slowly crept near and secrets from the past began to surface, could the love between Nathan and Olivia be strong enough to keep the flame of hope alive for Lucas? Could it guide them through every storm ahead? The sky turned a heavy gray, signaling storms not just above but also brewing in the life of Nathan and his small family. The light in his study burned late, casting shadows over his tense, weary face. The phone on his desk rang non-stop. Each call felt like a knife piercing deeper into his heart. Nathan heard a cold voice from the other end. "We know about Olivia's interference in company affairs. This is unacceptable among the elite." Pressure from wealthy colleagues and powerful partners brought harsh demands, accompanied by whispered malicious rumors about how a lowly housekeeper had gained undue influence over Nathan's prestigious family. At a lavish charity gala, gathering the most powerful figures in business, the looks aimed at Olivia were openly curious and disdainful. Whispers and judging glances flew like poisoned arrows, making every step Olivia took feel heavier than ever before. Nathan stood in the center of the ballroom, eyes sharp as he scanned the guests. When someone murmured, "It's unbelievable that a housekeeper could intrude on a millionaire's private life like Nathan's," he responded without hesitation, his voice firm. "Olivia is not just a housekeeper. She is the one who brought hope and strength to my son, something none of you can understand." Nathan's words echoed through the room, silencing everyone. His resolute defense of Olivia was not only a declaration of love but a powerful challenge to social prejudice. Still, outside pressure kept mounting. False rumors spread relentlessly across the media, severely damaging Nathan's reputation and standing. His company faced the risk of losing critical contracts. Partners began to doubt and grow cautious. Olivia sensed the shift in the family's atmosphere. She noticed Nathan's frequent tension, his eyes filled with worry and exhaustion. She understood this challenge was not only an external battle but also an internal struggle for love and duty, for trust and fear. One evening, after Lucas was fast asleep, Olivia approached Nathan and gently placed her hand on his shoulder. "You are not alone," she said softly, her voice warm. "We will get through this together." Nathan turned to look at her, his eyes swirling with mixed emotions, gratitude, faith, and unspoken pain. He knew that only Olivia was his true companion on this difficult journey. Day by day, Nathan learned to stand firm against the storm. He no longer avoided whispered slanders or scornful stares, but faced them head-on with steadfastness and love for his family. Meanwhile, Lucas continued fighting with his weak legs under Olivia's devoted care. The boy's laughter and joy were the precious medicine that kept Nathan's spirit strong. But the trials were far from over. One day, Nathan received an anonymous letter filled with threats and warnings about his family's future. The words on the white page were a chilling reminder. "Don't let love cloud your judgment, or you will pay dearly." Nathan stood frozen in the dark room, thoughts swirling chaotically. He knew he had to prepare for even harsher battles ahead, not just for himself, but for Olivia and Lucas. Yet deep in his heart, Nathan held on to the belief that love would be an unmatched force to overcome every shadow, and he was ready to fight to the very end to protect what mattered most in his life. The new war had only just begun, but the fire burning inside Nathan had never blazed brighter. The dim light of the room made everything feel quieter than ever. Yet inside Nathan's mind raged a relentless storm. Continuous calls, cryptic messages, and covert threats from his rivals kept him restless. Not a moment's peace. Marcus Caldwell, a wealthy and powerful businessman in the tech world, had become Nathan's greatest adversary. But this battle wasn't confined to business alone. Marcus had a cunning plan aimed at winning over Olivia, the woman who had become an irreplaceable pillar of strength for Nathan and Lucas. One day, Nathan received a call from Marcus. The voice on the other end was cold and challenging. "Nathan, I know Olivia plays an important role in your family, but I have a daughter too, suffering from the same illness as your son Lucas. If she can help your boy, surely she can help mine." Nathan listened silently, each word like an unyielding declaration of war. "I'm willing to pay Olivia double her current salary, along with all the best conditions she deserves. Think carefully before you refuse," Marcus warned sternly. Nathan understood this was not merely a tempting financial offer, but a calculated move targeting his deepest vulnerability: his love for Olivia and Lucas. Marcus was using his daughter as a pawn in a covert war to lure Olivia away from Nathan's family. If Olivia accepted, Nathan would lose not only his companion, but also the woman whose heart he had wholly given his love and trust. More than that, it threatened the peace and future of Lucas, the boy steadily progressing under Olivia's devoted care. Meanwhile, Olivia herself had received an official offer from Marcus, presenting staggering terms: double salary, luxurious housing, comprehensive care for her elderly mother and brother Michael, along with many privileges she had never dared to dream of. Yet Olivia's heart was torn between two agonizing choices. She knew well the deep affection she held for Nathan and Lucas, but could not deny her duty and love for her aging mother and her brother who needed her every day. One evening, with Lucas fast asleep, Olivia sat by the window gazing at the starry night sky. She silently questioned herself: "Do I have the strength to preserve this happiness, or must I choose a path for my family?" Nathan sensed the shift in her mood. He gently placed his hand on Olivia's shoulder, eyes full of love and determination. "You don't have to fight alone," he said softly. "I will take care of your mother and brother. You just need to stay here, with me and Lucas." Nathan's promise was a firm refuge that gave Olivia renewed confidence. She knew true love was not just words, but daily acts of devotion. However, Marcus was not one to give up easily. He began wielding his power and influence to pressure Nathan's business partners, creating new obstacles in the crucial project Nathan was leading. Tense meetings became frequent. Veiled threats arrived via email and phone, forcing Nathan to remain on high alert constantly. One rainy afternoon, Nathan returned home soaked in his suit to find Olivia struggling to keep Lucas's spirits high after a tiring training session. Their eyes met, filled with understanding and resolve. Nathan gently embraced Olivia, whispering, "No one will break this family apart." Olivia responded with a tired yet resilient smile. "I trust you. We will get through this together." The following days turned into a series of harsh trials, but also bore witness to the power of love and perseverance. Nathan did everything to protect their little family from dark conspiracies, while Olivia cared tenderly for Lucas with all her heart. One evening, as Nathan and Olivia sat together by the small fireplace in the living room, he gazed deeply into her eyes and said, "You are the most precious gift life has given me." Olivia smiled gently, eyes brimming with happiness. "And you are the strength that keeps me standing." In that warm firelight, they vowed to face every challenge together, to build a complete home for Lucas, a place where love and hope always reign. Lucas looked at Olivia with bright eyes full of trust and love, as if she were his own mother. Though he never called her mom, in his small heart, she was the gentle mother who cared for and protected him every day. Marcus continued playing his power game behind the scenes, smart but dangerous moves, yet Nathan and Olivia were ready to fight till the end for their family and their love. Amidst storms ahead lay many challenges, but united in heart and strength, they believed nothing could defeat true love. This arduous journey continued, unfolding new chapters, written with courage, sacrifice, and unending faith. The mansion's scene changed one early autumn morning. A light mist hung over the lush green trees, forming a delicate veil that seemed to hide untold secrets. Nathan stood by the window, gazing at the garden where Lucas took steadier steps than ever before. His eyes held more than mere observation. They brimmed with pride and fierce hope. Lucas, with his small legs, could now stand longer and take hesitant steps with less assistance. Clear laughter echoed throughout the yard as he tried to balance without his crutch. Olivia stood nearby, her eyes shining with faith, cheering every step he took. Nathan felt a profound change within himself. The company, meetings, or important business projects no longer consumed his mind entirely. Now family was his top priority, the driving force helping him overcome every hardship. One day, Nathan decided to take Olivia and Lucas to a nearby park for outdoor training. The fresh air eased daily tension, allowing the three to savor precious moments of peace. As Lucas practiced on the soft green grass, Nathan stood close by, supporting and encouraging every step. His eyes sparkled with undeniable pride. Olivia watched the father and son with a radiant smile, a quiet affirmation of the perseverance and love that had helped them conquer all challenges. But amid these warm moments came a text message from Marcus that rekindled worry in Nathan's heart. "Your project will face many difficulties if Olivia doesn't change her mind," read the cold warning. Nathan knew the battle was far from over, but this time he was not alone. Beside him stood Olivia, his endless strength and inspiration, and Lucas, the light of their small family. Lucas's first steps were not just physical progress, but symbols of perseverance, love, and hope that never fade in anyone's heart. And Nathan understood that no matter what the future held, they would keep moving forward together, overcoming every storm through family bonds and unwavering faith. This journey continued, facing new challenges, untold stories, and a love growing deeper than ever before. The night in New York was gentle, like a watercolor painting. The soft golden glow from flickering candles spread throughout the mansion, creating a magical atmosphere filled with love and reverence. Nathan had spent the entire day preparing something special, the 28th birthday of Olivia, the woman who had become his breath, the guiding light in his life. The living room door slowly opened, and Olivia entered, her eyes wide with surprise and emotion. Everything was arranged with delicate care. Deep red rose petals scattered across the antique wooden table, fragrant candles emitting a gentle scent, and soft, melodious music filling the air. A small table held a meticulously decorated cake, the golden light reflecting off the dewdrops on the petals, as if the entire room whispered sweet birthday wishes for her. Nathan stood there, a smile touching his lips but his eyes full of warmth and fierce love. He slowly approached Olivia, gently placing a rose into her hand, his voice soft but full of feeling. "Happy birthday, Olivia. You are the most precious gift life has given me." Olivia choked back tears, feeling her heart pounding harder than ever. She could hardly believe that in this vast world, there was a man willing to give his whole heart and life to love her so deeply. Nathan gently took her hand, gazing deeply into Olivia's eyes as if to express all the feelings words could never fully capture. Each moment seemed to slow down until only the two of them remained, joined in a world of love and shared souls. Suddenly, Nathan bent down and placed a tender kiss on Olivia's lips. Sweet as honey, that kiss was not just a birthday greeting but a profound affirmation of a lasting love that would withstand every challenge of time and life. Olivia felt every heartbeat stir within her, every warm breath spreading through her body. She couldn't hold back tears, tears of happiness, faith, and hope. "You make me feel so special," she whispered, voice trembling with joy. Nathan smiled, his eyes shimmering like a sky full of twinkling stars. "And you will always be the most special thing in my life." Together they stepped into the bedroom, a space not just enclosed by four walls but filled with a world brimming with love and connection. That night was their first real closeness, allowing emotions to blossom naturally and sincerely. Their eyes exchanged tender glances. Gentle touches whispered the language of their hearts. Nathan softly stroked Olivia's hair, his fingers painting delicate strokes on her smooth skin. Olivia responded with sweet smiles and warm embraces. The room was filled with steady breaths and beating hearts intertwined. They let all worries fade away, leaving only pure love and deep connection between two souls. Nathan whispered into Olivia's ear, "You are everything to me, the meaning of this life." Olivia replied with a gentle smile and sincere words of love, "You are where I find peace and strength." Their love was not shallow, it was understanding, sharing, and companionship through every step of life. Together they wrote their own story, a story of sacrifice, perseverance, and undying faith. The next morning, as sunlight filtered through the curtains, Nathan woke in Olivia's soft embrace. Their eyes met in a moment full of love and gratitude. Nathan gently kissed Olivia's forehead and whispered, "Thank you for coming into my life." Olivia smiled back, "Thank you for giving me a family." Lucas still slept soundly in the next room, his peaceful smile symbolizing hope and a bright future. The days that followed flowed like sweet melodies. They cared for Lucas together, overcoming daily challenges hand in hand. Every hug, every glance testified to a deepening love growing stronger each day. Their love not only healed old wounds, but became an endless source of strength to face any hardship ahead. Yet life is never without obstacles. New challenges began to unfold right before their eyes. Unrevealed secrets from the past that would shake their small family to its core. And as darkness began creeping back in, would love and faith be strong enough to keep them together? Or would they face an unprecedented crisis? In the calm moments amid chaos, Nathan and Olivia knew that as long as they had each other, they would never be alone. Together they would continue writing their story of undying love, a tale full of emotion and hope that touched the hearts of all who listened. The gentle dawn light filtered through the window, illuminating the quiet room where Nathan sat at his desk. But today, his heart no longer felt as heavy as before. Amid worries and work pressures, for the first time in months, he sensed a rare peace, a feeling he once thought lost forever. Nathan recalled Olivia's radiant smile as she celebrated her birthday among laughter. Lucas's hopeful eyes growing brighter each day as he progressed on his weak legs. These images sparked a fire within him, making him realize that the most meaningful thing in life was love and family. But life was never as simple as these beautiful moments. A great challenge awaited them, a crisis that would push emotions to their peak and force Nathan to choose between the business world and the home he was building. That day, Nathan received a call reporting that his key technology project faced cancellation risks due to pressure from competitors, including Marcus Caldwell. Schemes and intrigues were relentlessly launched to undermine his market position. Nathan knew well that without careful handling, everything would collapse, taking down partner trust and financial stability crucial for his family. Yet in Nathan's heart, his love for Olivia and Lucas was the greatest motivation keeping him from falling apart. He resolved never to lose the small home he had fought so hard to create. Meanwhile, Olivia persisted daily by Lucas's side. She cared for the boy like a gentle angel, pouring all her heart and strength into helping him overcome physical and emotional struggles. One afternoon, after a tiring physical therapy session, Olivia sat beside Lucas, gently stroking his blonde hair. Her eyes held boundless patience and unwavering faith in Lucas's recovery. The boy looked up at Olivia with innocent yet loving eyes. In Lucas's heart, Olivia was more than a caregiver. She was a mother, a source of safety and warmth amid life's hardships. Nathan witnessed these moments with overwhelming emotion. He silently thought, "Olivia not only saved Lucas, but healed my heart too." During a tense meeting with partners, Nathan unexpectedly gained strong support from some board members, those who saw his devotion to family and believed in his vision for sustainable growth. This marked an important turning point that opened opportunities to salvage the project and strengthen the company's market position. After the meeting, Nathan returned home more uplifted than ever. Olivia and Lucas were playing in the living room. Their laughter echoed like a happy melody, dissolving all worries. Nathan stepped forward and embraced his two loved ones tightly. In that warm moment, he understood that no matter what the future held, as long as there was love and unity, they would overcome everything. Night fell. Moonlight softly illuminated the small bedroom where Nathan and Olivia sat together. They shared their deepest thoughts about the future, the dreams and fears never spoken aloud before. Nathan gently held Olivia's hand, his voice warm. "You are my strength to keep fighting. With you beside me, I believe I can overcome any challenge." Olivia responded with a tender smile. "And you are my safe harbor where I always find refuge." Their love had become an invisible thread connecting two souls. Not just romance, but steadfast companionship through life's storms. Tomorrow would bring new trials, but Nathan and Olivia knew they would never be alone. With Lucas, their greatest hope, they would continue writing a story of love, resilience, and rebirth. And when dawn rose over this bustling city, they believed that love's light would always guide their small family through every storm ahead. One crisp autumn morning, Olivia held Lucas's hand as they strolled through Central Park in New York. Soft sunlight filtered through the golden leaves, casting sparkling patterns on the stone path. Lucas, his legs growing steadier after days of diligent training with Olivia, walked eagerly, his eyes shining with childlike joy. Each tentative step was a small victory over the congenital illness that had once caused him so much pain. As Lucas played, Olivia suddenly noticed a little girl sitting alone on a bench. She had soft brown curls and sad, distant eyes. This was Emma, Marcus Caldwell's daughter, Nathan's powerful rival. Olivia immediately saw the difference between the two children. While Lucas could now walk on his own and appeared joyful, Emma still struggled to stand and seemed deeply lonely. Emma sat quietly, slightly curled in a loose coat, her gaze fixed downward. The surrounding air seemed still, filled only with the rustling of leaves and her steady breathing. Olivia sensed a deep sadness in Emma's eyes, a sadness she had once seen in Lucas before he found the strength to stand. She understood that Emma was trapped in fear and isolation, needing a friend to share and walk alongside her. Lucas sensed this too. He stopped, his eyes full of empathy and a childlike kindness. With innocence and enthusiasm, he approached Emma and offered a gentle smile. "Hi, do you want to play with me?" Lucas said cheerfully, his voice a warm ray of sunshine on the chilly autumn day. Emma looked up, still hesitant but showing a flicker of hope. I don't know how to play," she answered softly, her voice tinged with fear. Lucas sat beside her and gently said, "It's okay. I used to feel that way too. But Ms. Olivia helped me a lot, and every day I try a little harder." Emma looked at Lucas intently. His words seemed like a soothing balm, easing the wounds in her heart. Olivia stood nearby, her heart filled with emotion as she witnessed this first moment of connection between the two children. A friendship just beginning but holding magical strength. She stepped gently closer, placing her hand on Emma's shoulder and whispering, "You're not alone. We'll get better together." This pure empathy and love opened a door of hope for both Emma and Lucas. Two small souls seeking healing and happiness amid life's challenges. After that sweet and tentative first meeting, Lucas and Emma quickly became best friends. They arranged to meet at the park every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Days when fresh air and singing birds created the perfect setting for play and laughter. With an open heart and great patience, Lucas led Emma step by step toward openness. Though Emma couldn't yet walk as steadily as Lucas, their friendship was never limited by physical challenges. He often told her about his training sessions with Olivia, the woman who helped him grow stronger every day. "Every time I fell, Ms. Olivia said, 'It's okay, keep trying.'" Lucas shared with eyes shining bright with belief. "You'll take your first steps too. We'll try together." Emma's eyes slowly brightened with new hope. Their meetings became not just moments of play but lessons in perseverance, courage, and the power of love. Olivia watched from afar, moved to see Emma transform. The once quiet girl now smiled more often. Her eyes sparkled with life. Olivia spent time talking and playing with Emma, using love and dedication to strengthen her young spirit. Lucas and Emma explored the park together. From paved paths to vibrant flower gardens, they shared stories about family, dreams, and small but precious moments of childhood. Their friendship became a strong spiritual anchor, helping both children overcome the hardships brought by illness. Once, while building an imaginary sandcastle on the grass, Emma asked softly, "Lucas, how are you so strong? I just want to stand, but my legs keep hurting." Lucas looked at her and gently placed his hand on her shoulder. "I used to feel that way too, but never give up. With Ms. Olivia beside us, things will be different." Those words became an unspoken promise between two small hearts. No matter what difficulties they faced, they would never be alone. That friendship grew into a great source of motivation for Olivia as well. She knew that beyond physical care, nurturing their spirits was even more crucial. Afternoons in the park became an indispensable routine, a place where laughter echoed and little hearts were healed by genuine love. During this time, Olivia grew closer to Emma, not only caring for her physically but comforting and encouraging her with sincere affection. Olivia didn't know Emma was Marcus Caldwell's daughter, Nathan's powerful rival. To her, Emma was simply a child in need of love and care. Every afternoon, Olivia brought Lucas to the park to play and practice gently with Emma. Though still weak and unable to stand like Lucas, under Olivia's patience and Lucas's warm friendship, Emma gradually opened up. Shy smiles began to appear on her face. Her eyes brightened with hope and trust. Lucas was always there to encourage Emma whenever she felt tired or sad. He told her about the times he fell and was helped up by Olivia, about his first steps he worked so hard to achieve. Their pure friendship became a source of strength for both to overcome hardships together. Olivia observed every gesture from Emma and noticed positive changes in her spirit. From a quiet and shy child, Emma grew more lively and sociable with the world. Olivia felt happy knowing she could help Emma through her love and dedication. The atmosphere in the small family gradually warmed as Lucas and Emma's friendship deepened. Olivia understood that not only physical health, but also children's spirits needed nurturing through sincere love. The two children explored the park together, playing under lush green trees, sharing small but meaningful stories about dreams, family, and life. Their friendship became a solid foundation that helped both feel safe and peaceful, things illness had once taken away from them. One chilly autumn afternoon, as the sunlight began to fade, Central Park buzzed with children's laughter. Emma arrived earlier than usual with her nanny and ran toward Lucas and Olivia at their usual spot on a bench. The three chatted happily while Olivia gently guided their exercises. Suddenly, a sleek car pulled up nearby. Marcus Caldwell stepped out with a stern face and sharp eyes, scanning everyone present. He hadn't expected to find his daughter with Lucas and Olivia, the close friends of Nathan Carter, his longtime rival. Marcus's presence turned the atmosphere heavy. Olivia sensed his tense gaze. Lucas didn't understand why his friend's father seemed unhappy. Emma fell silent, worry filling her eyes as she watched her father's every move. Marcus approached coldly yet authoritatively. "Emma, let's go home." Without waiting for a reply, he took his daughter's hand and left the park. In the following days, Emma grew quieter, speaking less and losing appetite, which worried her family deeply. She withdrew to her room. Sadness clouded her eyes. Tight lips no longer smiled as before. Deep sorrow was unmistakable. Marcus looked at his daughter with torment, realizing his decision to forbid Emma from seeing Lucas may have caused deep pain. Marcus's inner conflict intensified. He was both a loving father and a fierce rival to Nathan. This internal struggle made him reflect on what he had done, the impact of such conflicts on his little daughter. This tense situation posed a difficult dilemma for Marcus, between love for his daughter and hostile business calculations. Yet from this pain and struggle arose an opportunity for reconciliation and rebuilding trust. One afternoon, Marcus called Nathan urgently. "She hasn't eaten for 3 days. She's in very bad condition, not letting anyone near or speak. I beg you to bring Olivia and Lucas over to talk to her. Please help." Nathan agreed without hesitation. He understood this was a chance to save a sweet girl like his son, to help Emma overcome psychological crisis, and also the only chance to salvage the situation and possibly pave the way for peace between the two families. Nathan brought Olivia and Lucas to Marcus's mansion. Tension filled the air as they entered the grand house. Emma sat silently in her room, gazing quietly out the window. At their meeting moment, Lucas ran forward to hug his friend warmly. "I missed you so much. I brought your favorite chocolate cookies." Emma clutched the cookie bag tightly and burst into tears. Olivia gently approached, took Emma's hand, trying to convey love and comfort through warm looks and touch. They helped balance her emotions. A bowl of hot soup revived Emma noticeably. Nathan watched from afar, realizing that love and devoted care could work miracles. After that visit, Nathan made a surprising proposal that brought relief and hope. If Marcus agrees, Emma can come over more often to play. Olivia will care for both children so they can play, train together, and help each other overcome difficulties. Marcus looked surprised for a moment, then agreed after consideration. He saw this not only as help for his daughter, but also as a way to ease long-standing tensions between their families. Olivia promised to devote all her heart and energy to caring for Lucas and Emma, as if they were her own children. Her love and dedication touched everyone present that day. From then on, Emma visited Nathan's house more frequently. She gradually opened up more, smiling often, and showed clear progress in both health recovery and spirit. Lucas and Emma became close friends, sharing joys, sorrows, and small dreams together. Faith in reconciliation and a bright future spread throughout the mansion, a living testament to the power of love and compassion that can erase barriers and hatred. Amid life's complex conflicts, Nathan, Olivia, and Marcus were finding a common path, a new road filled with hope for both families and their beloved children. The gentle sunlight of a clear autumn day stretched across the mansion's garden, where every bush and flower seemed to join in the overflowing joy. That peaceful space now echoed with the lively laughter of two children playing happily, Lucas and Emma. What made it even more special was Emma, the girl who once sat quietly alone on a park bench, now walking steadily without crutches beside her close friend, Lucas. Lucas, with his small yet determined legs, took each tentative step with eyes shining bright with joy and confidence. Emma matched his excitement, her tiny feet now firmer than ever. Hand in hand, they laughed and ran through the garden, a symbol of their persistent journey, overcoming all hardships, to triumph over fate. Olivia stood nearby, her eyes sparkling with joy and fulfillment as she witnessed the miraculous progress of the two children. She glanced at Nathan, the father whose face was full of emotion, unable to hide the happiness of seeing his little family becoming more complete. Tears of joy streamed down his cheeks, bearing witness to years of pain, sacrifice, and love endured. Amid the lush greenery of the garden, Nathan suddenly knelt before Olivia. In that sacred, quiet moment, he gently took her hand, his warm voice filled with sincere love. "Olivia, will you marry me? Will you build this home with me? A place where love and hope will forever reign?" Olivia, choked with emotion and tears welling in her eyes, nodded in overwhelming happiness. Nearby, Lucas and Emma cheered joyfully. Their clear laughter mingled with the air like a symphony of family and unity. From afar, Marcus Caldwell, once Nathan's fierce rival but now a trusted friend and companion, smiled with confidence. He stepped forward and lightly placed a hand on Nathan's shoulder in silent acceptance. "Nathan, Olivia, I bless your family." The change in their relationship stood as proof that love and forgiveness could heal all cracks. The wedding was held simply but warmly right in the familiar little garden, the place bearing countless unforgettable memories for this family. Only the closest loved ones were invited, those who had journeyed together through life's ups and downs. Gentle music blended with lively laughter to create an atmosphere of joy that spread throughout. Nathan and Olivia exchanged vows under soft golden sunlight, promising to always stand by each other, to care for and protect one another through every challenge ahead. Their tightly clasped hands at that moment were a steadfast promise of perseverance and undying love. Lucas and Emma also took part in the ceremony, their faces glowing with pure joy. These two children were not only living proof of miraculous recovery, but also symbols of hope and a bright future for the family. Guests raised their glasses to celebrate true love and a new home, built from seemingly insurmountable difficulties. Olivia felt her heart overflow with happiness, seeing everyone joyful together, a true family connected by love and understanding. After the ceremony, everyone gathered around a small party beneath twinkling lights, hanging from tree branches. Laughter, warm embraces, and tender glances painted a beautiful picture of kinship and deep bonds. Nathan stood beside Olivia, watching Lucas and Emma play innocently on the lawn below. He silently reflected on the journey past, the difficult days filled with challenges once thought insurmountable, that had now become treasured memories, teaching him to cherish every moment with family. Olivia placed her hand gently on Nathan's shoulder and softly said, "We've overcome everything together. Love is the greatest strength that keeps us standing." Nathan smiled back. "And today is a new day, the day we begin a promising new chapter for our family." Our story gently concludes with heartfelt words shared for all. Love is not just a fleeting feeling, but a healing power that connects hearts through all pain. Family is where we find faith and strength to overcome every trial. Cherish every moment together, because it is these simple things that create great miracles in life. If this story has touched or inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to True Millionaire Moments so you won't miss meaningful stories ahead. Share with us your simple, happy moments in life to spread love and hope to more people. You are our great motivation to keep growing every day. Thank you so much.